Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm like 2 minutes early because unfortunately I have to get back to work. Oh, it has been a crazy week here, and I'm gonna go ahead and check my sound because it's one of those days and one of those times. But I'm excited because Today we're going to talk about how to leave a good first impression. And of course, this is Travel the World as a speaker. Did I say Travel the World? This is Travel the World as a speaker. I am your host, Phylecia Jones. And what we do is talk about how to leverage speaking so that you can travel the world. So I give a little bit of a travel story and I talk a little bit about speaking. And today we're going to talk about how to leave a good first impression when you are out there in the world actually doing your thing on stage. And a lot of this is coming from my experience of booking speakers for about 4.5 years. So I was on the other side of booking speakers, getting speakers on stage, and watching how they act. I know. So we're going to talk about that. There's These Three Things podcast. Hey, how are you doing here on Instagram? So I just saw your message and I will be responding back to you. I have to tell you, everyone, we're coming to you live from YouTube and here on Instagram. And I have to admit, I am not very sexy this week. I know. I call it either I'm making money, and when I'm making money, I'm probably not completely sexy. And then when I'm just being cute, I'm probably just marketing. Isn't that how it goes? But this week it's been a really good week. It's been a really good week, but the marketing is, marketing and customer service marketing and customer service. They've been kind of, okay, here's the thing. If you run a business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that this is not the face of sexy. And I didn't even put on my little tinted moisturizer. So forgive me for not trying as hard. And I can definitely tell here on Instagram, my filters don't work. So it's, you know what? It doesn't even matter because we're going to do something fun today. So we're going to talk about leaving a good first impression. And I have to give you my travel story before we get started because this is all about leveraging speaking so that you can travel the world. Now, as far as my travel story for today, I'm just kind of in bucket list mode. And I'm thinking about all the places that I can go to right now because we have been grounded since March. Now, we are RV owners, so we've actually been on the road down into the desert in our RV. But, I was always one of those people that starts to get a little twitchy, like, oh, we need to go somewhere on a map. And I don't know, I think it's starting to kick in now. I was good for a while. Now it's kind of, okay, like, all right, when can I fly? Because this girl is ready to blow some points. I wish I had my own private jet. Oh my gosh, that'd be so nice. But I don't know. I want to go to so many places. Like my top 3 right now are like Costa Rica. I want to go to Japan because I was supposed to go to the Olympics last year. I want to go to Korea. I want to go to South America. But I also, for some reason, I actually just want to go to a beach and just sit for like a day. I don't know why. I feel like I just need to sit and, I don't know, look at the ocean, look at the sun. I don't know. Maybe the ocean is calling me. So who knows what's going on. But that's all I have for you as far as travel stories. I know I have other travel stories about being not arrested, but people taking my money, being robbed, all those fun things that could happen. And I was just reminded of, I'm in a travel group. I was just reminded of something that happened to us in Thailand. Woo! So I go back and forth on whether or not I like Thailand. I like Thailand, but it was a little rough the first couple of days when we got there. So I'll save that story for later. But if you've ever been in a tuk-tuk, you probably already know where this is going. I know. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about this speaking thing. And okay, now I'm just remembering, like flashbacks of being in Thailand. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about leveraging speaking so that you can travel the world. And of course, you can leverage speaking to grow your business, build your authority, or just like These Three Things podcast, go check it out to grow your podcast and get your name out there. My business coach told me a few years ago, your only job right now is to ask yourself who needs to know my name today. And that's one of the things that I did when it came to getting myself out there with speaking. So for those of you who are new to me, I am, like I said, I'm Phylecia Jones. I run this company, iFind You Close, where my team and I, we actually go out and research speaking opportunities. But it started off as something I did for myself because my background is in research. I was a computer scientist for the U.S. Navy, and I just know how to find stuff. And this was the thing that really worked well for me, because the social media marketing, all that stuff, just, I'm not even a great podcaster. I know. I actually have a podcast, but somebody else does all the editing. But this was the one thing that absolutely worked for me. And the method that I created here was exactly what I used to go out there and get on stage, and it has worked. So for the last 6 years, gosh, I've been on national television. I've been a 2-time TEDx speaker. I've emceed events, virtual events, out the yin yang, especially last year, and getting ready to do quite a few events later on this year. And I get to MC next year because all of my gigs were canceled last year. But next year it's going to be on. I can't wait. And when I am out there not talking about business and marketing, I'm in entrepreneurship, I do talk to women in STEM because that's my background. And I've learned a lot over these years. I have learned a lot. So with all of that, I've also learned a lot being a speaker coordinator. So I was a speaker coordinator for about 4.5 years for 2 organizations here in the Colorado area. And that meant I sat on the other side of pitches, of emails, of working with speakers when they came to speak. And I got to observe a lot of things. And I want to give you a few notes on what it takes to leave a really good impression as a speaker. Now, I know a lot of us, we get into this mode and we think that, you know what, I already got the gig. So I can go do whatever I want. I could be a diva. I could show up. I could be like, give me my cranberries and my walnuts. Isn't that a Nicki Minaj thing? She's like, I need my water and my cranberries and walnuts. I don't have a very good New York accent. Sorry. I'm a Southern girl trying to pretend like she's not from the South. But being the person that had to deal with speakers a lot, I got to observe how to act and how not to act. So what I want to give you today is that once you do get your gigs, I want you to leave a first impression, a really good first impression, because that first impression gets you a referral from that speaker coordinator or that event host. And I have to tell you that in the world that you are in, depending on what industry you've chosen, it's a very small world when it comes to event coordinators, because we would get on the phone and talk to each other, and we would, start, somebody would say, Phylecia, oh my gosh, I saw that so-and-so spoke at your event. How were they? And I can either be like, oh my gosh, they were amazing, or like, watch your back. So, and I've dealt with speakers that have done all kinds of interesting things, and we're going to talk about that next week, how to leave a bad impression. But a lot of the things that I've seen when it comes to a speaker leaving a good first impression comes down to this: be on time. Be on time, be on time. And I know it may sound weird, but you'd be surprised when I have to tell people, be on time. As I've emceed events, and I've been at 2 events where somebody is about to keynote in 1 hour and nobody can find the speaker. 15 minutes before, no one can find the speaker. Now, of course, if you are in your diva mode and you think you can just walk in and do your thing, do your thing. Just don't be surprised if you never get invited back again. But the thing is, you don't want to leave that bad of an impression. So please be on time. Even for your virtual events, be on time, or at least the time that they say to be there, And I have to tell you that as somebody who books speakers, when you leave a good impression, okay, how do I say this? All right, as somebody who books speakers, typically the event isn't mine. I am a worker, employee, depending on how you look at it, a host of the person who's running the event. So when a speaker comes in and becomes a diva, doesn't show up on time, I'm the one everybody gets looked at. And it is a weird feeling when people are like, Phylecia, where'd you get this person? And blah, 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 blah. So I'm just telling you, your job is to make that speaker coordinator look good. Remember, when you are on stage, the audience is not your client. The person who booked you is your client. If you make them look bad, memories run long and deep. I'm just letting you know. So the first thing I will say to leave a good impression is to be on time. Be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared. Have your tech ready to go. Have your computer ready to go. Have your slides ready to go. Yeah, I've seen it all where speakers come in. They don't know where they're going. They don't know who they're talking to. They don't know the audience. Oh my gosh. Just please, for the love of all that's holy, be prepared when you want to leave a first impression. Be professional. Be professional. Now, I hate that I feel like I have to say this to you, but please be professional. I have seen people who come in and yeah, I've seen it all. Let's just say that. So just be professional. So I don't even want to give you an example so that you don't even do it. Be professional. Be friendly. I've been to a lot of events and I've seen speakers who are actually quite mean to the people that were trying to help them. Some people get into diva mode and they don't think like I'll say, hi, Diane. And Diane gives me the side eye and looks me up and down. And that is not being friendly, or you're not friendly to the audience. Remember, as a speaker coordinator, my audience is very precious to me. And if you treat them bad, you treat me bad, and I'll probably not treat you well going forward. I know it's not that vindictive, but it can be. Just being honest, if you it can be pretty vindictive depending on who you're dealing with, because petty people be petty. So you want to make sure you're not on the side of that. So make sure you are present. Be present at the event. When you are speaking at an event, please be present, even if it's running up to an hour, because a lot of events, they may have like a little social time, lunch, things like that. Excuse me. So you got to make sure that you are present when you are at an event. What I have seen with a lot of speakers is that they'll get on their cell phones and stay on their phones the entire time. I booked one speaker. She's actually very prominent, like prominent, big time speaker. She read a newspaper the entire time until she spoke. Please don't be that person. Try to be as present as you can. Don't read a book. Don't bring a book to read. Don't bring a newspaper to read. Don't be on your phone. I know I know the audience may be boring to you, but just try really hard for 2 hours of your life just to be present. Because remember, as a speaker coordinator, what happens is that when bad behavior is shown by the speaker coordinator gets talked to during the event, before the event, and a lot after the event. All right. So make sure that you're just not making it bad for them. And the other thing is to be open. Be open to the people that are around you. Don't be a wall, because a lot of speakers I've seen, they'll come in and instantly go hide from everyone else. And I know for those of us who are introverts, this may not be what we want in life. But when you are a speaker, you're kind of like a little mini celebrity for the day. People want to know who you are. They want to know everything about you. People want to lick you, sniff you, touch you. Hopefully not literally, but they really do want to know who you are. So you're going to have to be open. So if I had to sum it up, when it comes to making a good first impression, of course, if you got questions about anything, please put them in the comment box. Be on time, be prepared, be professional, be friendly, be present, be open. That's it. If you do all of those things, you will leave probably one of the best first impressions ever. When you do leave a good first impression, you will convert people a lot more. If you're trying to use speaking to leverage speaking so that you can convert people into your business, all of this helps. Because somebody could be like, well, you're just nice. I just want to do business with you because you're nice. So that's why I want you to really be present when you are speaking, and to just be so open and so friendly to what is going on around you. And the way I have approached all of my speaking gigs is like, I'm just completely honored to be here. Now, I'm not going to say I haven't been annoyed. I've had a couple of speaking gigs where the speaker coordinator wasn't prepared themselves, and it does make you very, very annoyed. So you have to try to have a poker face, and that's why I said you got to be open. You go into the bathroom and just like, I'm here to have a good time. Because sometimes people will just kind of annoy you if they aren't prepared. But the thing is, make sure that you are prepared. Don't come in at the last minute. And also, don't try to fill your entire day up with other things unless you are some type of celebrity, try to stay open to hang out with people, because later on after the event, that's when you convert people the most. But if you want to go in diva mode, I mean, go do your thing, divas. Go do your thing. These three things podcast asking, would the guest speaker consult you, the speaker coordinator, about the audience? So you're saying, would the guest speaker consult you, the speaker coordinator, about the audience? From what I am gathering, you're asking, like when you're asking questions about the audience. So before you go into an event and when you're talking to a speaker coordinator, yes, that is your point person. That is the person who's going to kind of walk you through everything. So that is the person you will ask the questions of. You're going to ask how many people are in the audience. What kind of people are they? Are they older? Are they younger? Are they business owners? Are they career people? Not generic terms, because as a speaker, the generic professionals, that doesn't really help you. You want to know exactly, like, are they retail? Are they independent contractors? Because the wording does matter. But you want to start asking a lot of questions of your speaker coordinator or whoever is booking you. Sometimes it can be the event person, or sometimes they will give you somebody else to work with. But your speaker coordinator is your point person for all things: the location, the time, what's the setup, who's in the audience, what are the expectations of the audience. So remember, when you are speaking, that speaker coordinator is your client now. That's it. That is your only client. Your host, the event host, which is more than likely separate from that speaker coordinator, they are also your client. They are kind of the client that you really don't want to mess up. But they are your client. The people who brought you on to speak, they are your clients. If it's an organization, they're your client. The speaker coordinator, your client. The event host, that is your client. And yes, they are your point person. Your hope is that you have a good speaker coordinator. Here's the thing. I got to just be honest. Sometimes some of them don't have their stuff together, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing is, as long as you're together and you're prepared, it's just going to help you get through the day, because you don't want somebody else flustering you because of their ill preparedness. So that's why I always get on all of the speakers I work with is you need to be like prepared to the nth degree, just in case they are not. And then you just come in and look like the hero. I've come into some events and, I can see that they don't have their tech set up, and I'm pretty good with technology and with AV. So it's just like, you know what? Let me go take care of this. Because and I know a lot of speakers feel they don't need to do that, but I'm here to try to make the best impression possible, because in a way the audience is going to make me look good to that speaker coordinator. So you still got to show up and do the thing. Do your thing, people. Do your thing. All right. So these three things podcast, hopefully she's saying yes, that's what I meant. Yes, I assume it's a yes. Oh, yes, a she, I mean. Yes, that's what I meant. Thank you. You're welcome. Of course, if you have any more questions, let me know about this. So that's all I have for you. I was going to keep it quick because I gotta run back upstairs and keep working. Because of my personal brand, so this is the company I run, so I'm just going to give you some insights. Inside of my personal brand, I do a lot of other speaking, and that's kind of where I do my women in technology talk. So I got to go take care of my personal brand. The company is doing very well right now. iFind You Clothes is doing well. Woo, it's a lot better than last year, because last year the pandemic was a little interesting, but things are going in such a positive direction. I'm so excited with what we have going on. We just opened up our grant forum and our job forum inside of our platform. We're still delivering speaking opportunities every Monday. Yesterday, the new opportunities just got released. So all of my genealogists, my hackers, and my influencer marketing people, there are gigs waiting for you to apply. Next week, we're already ready. I mean, we got the ball rolling, got the team going. So I'm doing all of those business owner things that we're supposed to be doing. So sometimes it takes for the entire world to shut down for us to do them, but it's been going well. And also, I do have a podcast that has nothing to do with speaking. We're told, or my co-host told me that we ranked number 3 in Romania. Shout out to everybody in Romania. Like, I've never been there. So now that we've reached number 3 on the podcast, I think I'm gonna have to go to Romania now. I don't even know where is it on the map. It's somewhere over there, I guess. All right, so I will go figure out where Romania is, and then we're gonna go there and take the podcast there as well. All right, folks. Thank you for letting me just blab on. Hopefully you got a few cool things when it comes to making a good first impression. Tomorrow, what are we talking about tomorrow? I don't know. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the real reason why you can't land speaking gigs. Ooh. 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 Oh. Yeah, we're about to get ouchy because I'm going to really dig into my speaker coordinator role. I've actually booked speakers for other events outside of the 2 organizations. I've been on TEDx selection committee. I'm going to tell you exactly why you're not getting on stage, because I've sat on the other side of all the pitches and all the applications. Woo, y'all, it is real. If you ever want to do something fun in life, just be a speaker coordinator. You get to see all the things. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So if you want to get some reality checks on the real reason why you can't land speaking gigs, I'm gonna give you the secret. And sometimes it has nothing to do with your talk. Sometimes it has something to do with your first impression. Just saying. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So for everybody here on Instagram, These 3 Things Podcast, thank you so very much for hanging out with me. And for those of you who are going to watch in the future, go check out iFindYouClothes.com. Stick around there and get a free assessment on attracting high-paid speaking gigs, because my goal is to help you get on stage so that I can just travel with you. That's it. That really is it. So take care of yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. And of course, you got questions, you know how to find me. See ya. All right. For everybody here on YouTube, you know I appreciate you. Of course, any questions, you know how to find me in the comment box. Take care of yourself, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.